another wonderful guitar lesson video. Yeah. So hope you guys are enjoying this guitar. This is a very special guitar made by my good friend Tomas Delgado from Candelas Guitars. Maple, back and sides, little pieces of rosewood for the binding, spruce top. So, before I get on with the lesson, so this is a new set of guitar lesson videos that I'm doing for Mariachi Guitar, just because I've done a lot of older stuff and that's gotten a lot of views, and I know that there's a lot of people out there that are looking at YouTube and other online forums to teach their kids and students, really just trying to supplement lessons and knowledge and stuff like that. So I'm doing a whole new series, just kind of more focused toward school-friendly, work-friendly content. I'm not making videos for kids or for young folks and all that kind of stuff. I mean, this is really if you're a high school student, if you're a teacher, if you're a parent, and you're looking to try to find a way to get your mariachi guitar student or classical guitar student some more perspective, some more stuff, then I'm making a whole new series, school-friendly content. We're going to keep out the cursing just a little bit, and we're going to go through some some techniques, some basic exercises. So hope you guys enjoy it. Stay tuned. I'm going to be using this guitar a lot, so hopefully it sounds good to you guys. I'm going to eventually start putting some metronome stuff in here, and I should really just be doing it from the get-go, but I just moved to Texas. I don't know where my metronome is, so I'm going to have to be the metronome for you. All right, you guys can play a metronome along and see if I can keep it up, right? So the first exercise that I ever was taught on the guitar back when I was 16 years old, probably about the age of most of your guys' students. About 16, I was really getting serious about mariachi music, and I was in the Changuitos Feos in Tucson, and was very aspiring mariachi guitar player. The thing about playing guitar on armonía is control and posture, okay? Now, I know that you're going to be standing, right, for most of your gigs. You're going to have a guitar strap either around your back or you're going to around your neck for your collar. It's going to be kind of sitting like this, right? The thing about playing guitar is you want to try to maintain your posture. You don't want to be hunched over like this, playing like Quasimodo, right? Like the Hunchback, right? You want to have a nice, good, solid presentation, good, solid posture, right? And if you're a young person or a college student or whatever, and whatever your physicality is, you just want to try to maintain a good structure, right? Good posture. It's going to help you a lot when you're playing and trying to do things fast and right. When you're trying to really get into it with your playing and playing more complicated pieces and keeping respect to your guitar, right? This is the most important thing, is making sure that you don't damage your instrument, right? Your parents pay a lot of money. You paid a lot of money for your stuff. You shouldn't start seeing a bunch of wear and tear everywhere. It happens. It happens to everyone, and me included. I have little scuff marks on some of my other guitars, when I'm getting a little lax in technique or just, overlooking some things. But for the purpose of this, we're just going to kind of focus on posture, right? Nice, straight posture. And you look at my arm here. I'm using a Candelas guitar sleeve. It's like a silky sleeve. It feels kind of nice so that I don't get oil all over the guitar. If you're playing mariachi music and you have a chaleco, this really isn't a problem. But when you're practicing and you don't have anything to protect your instrument, I recommend getting one of these. Don't use a sock or some other fiber thing or something else that comes into a lot of contact with your skin, because you're going to end up doing more harm than good. But these things that Candela sells are pretty nice, and sporting the little skeleton guitar player right there. So yeah, posture, good posture, right? Nice and straight. If you're sitting in a chair, try to get in a nice comfortable chair. The angle here, this is important. I see a lot of guys and girls start playing like this, right? I don't know if this looks familiar to you, but a lot of them play like this, right? I don't know if it's because of the strap, the way that your strap is on your neck or your collar or your shoulders, but I see a lot of people that play straight like this, right? This might be comfortable for you, right? You might want to start trying to look at yourself in the mirror and seeing how can I get a little bit more angled like this, right? It's almost like a clock, right? Like two hands of a clock. You want this to be at an angle for the attack, right? So that you're not chipping your guitar and you're not playing just a couple of strings. You end up getting a lot of this type of thing. There's no control. There's no leverage, there's no power. So what you end up doing is playing harder and closer and meaner, and that's I think how a lot of people screw up their instrument. But if you're here, right, you have your forearm against the guitar here, right? So you have fairly good posture, you have your forearm here, you're already standing up playing, and you want to have this at an angle, right? This is about... That's the posture, right? If you can achieve this posture and be comfortable, you're already like 90% the way there, right? It should be comfortable. Now, I mean, if this is like the only way you know how to be comfortable, then okay. Then you want to still kind of keep your forearm here, right? Not your elbow and your shoulder. You want to have some space, right? So that you have like a pivot, and you can use your wrist more than your arm, right? You're not playing violin, right? Even violinists really control their wrist, right? So posture is important, and I'm sorry if you don't like me talking, but posture is very important, okay? Especially when you're learning. So if you have bad posture from the get-go, then the rest of this video is not going to do you any good. So good solid posture, right? Nice comfy chair, good angle on the wrist, right? We're going to attack all the strings, right? So here's the first exercise, like literally the first exercise I ever learned. And we're going to do this in a higher register just because this guitar is pretty awesome and I feel like showing it off. We're going to be A major, right? So guitar players, get used to playing bar chords because they're going to save your life when you're playing complicated pieces. Right? They sound very good against a vihuela player in a bass or a harp. But for beginners, we're here, A major. I use my pinky when I'm playing. A lot of people do this, they leave their pinky out. That's okay, but you want to get yourself over here. So use the whole, all of 4 of your fingers and even your thumb. You have 5 dedos, man. You should learn how to use all of them. Okay, so we're already keeping posture. Here's the exercise. We're just going to do down and up, down and up, down and up. And it's just real simple pace, right? Make sure that this is the same, right? So your down is the same as your up. The reason why I do it muted or muffled, so I can hear my right hand playing. And it's the same timing. You don't want to do a... You don't want to get a funky time. This is why a metronome is really important, but I don't have one. So we're just going to kind of make do. So I'm going to do A major. come across are set up for classical playing. That's what this one is. This is really just like, this is kind of a grand concert classical guitar, right? So it has a really loud register, right? It's just, it really, well, it makes a lot of noise. To progressively increase the tempo, increase the speed until a point where I'm losing a little bit of control, right? So you want to keep going back and forth that way. Okay, I'm getting a little like out of control playing, so I'm going to start over again. But see, I went a little faster that time, right? That's how it should kind of start to feel with you a few times, where advanced student, you can kind of play around with the chords, but you get the right hand pretty much stays the same type of pattern, right? You're just playing. Basically the first exercise, right? And we just keep going. We'll add more stuff, right? So you can kind of see where this continues to develop, right? I see a lot of folks who like to play really fast, complicated, like you lose it a little bit when you're just trying to jump straight to that. Just stick with this until you're like mastered it, right? That's basically the exercise. Like, you can do progressions with it. This whole exercise is just meant to get you familiar with the distance between your right hand and the pick. We hold the pick kind of like a Dorito chip, and the strings. You want to learn the distance between hitting the string and not going too far away, not going too far in, right? You want to be right. So just play around with that variation of the exercise, and it's basically, this is the most basic thing, right? What you get from this is learning how to play faster and more powerful with more control. Right? So when you're playing like a song, right? So the next thing after this is we'll do the slap, right? So right? And you gotta remember, this is playing the guitar for mariachi. It's a completely different thing than playing the vihuela. You know, you have a lot more space to cover, especially if you have a concert classical scale to play with. You know, if you don't have, you know, a guitar specifically for mariachi music, but you have one that's really close and sounds good. Right? You're going to get more and more and more out of it with a good, solid right hand technique. And that's it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this kind of new guitar lesson mariachi video. So I'll be doing more of these, and again, these are for, you know, all my friends that are out there teaching, right? And we've been living in a pandemic world, and now hopefully a post-pandemic world. But as I understand, you know, there's still places that are kind of locked down. It's kind of hard to get people together in groups right now, and so if you guys are doing online learning and you're struggling, maybe you're a classical mariachi trumpet player or violin player, and you know you only have so much time with your rhythm guy or girl to teach the classes. Hopefully this can help, right? So if it does, great. If you have anything you want to go over, or you know, please feel free to contact me or leave a comment, and if I can do better or more stuff for you. I kind of already have like a lesson plan in my head that I'm going to go through. This is the first one, right? This is the basic of basic. Okay. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next guitar lesson video. Later.